and certain things that were going to take place on the earth before he actually was going to destroy this place. Matter of fact, before you read on there, brother, give me the Apocrypha. Give me the book of 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, start the 1st verse. Because there was certain signs that were given on earth through the Lord 2,000 years ago, and even beyond, before that, of what was going to take place and what signs to look for to know that he was going to come back. And we're seeing a lot of these signs coming to pass right now. Read that, brother.
This is 2nd Ezra 9 and 4. Then shalt thou well understand.
Start the first verse.
Okay. 2nd Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right, it says measure thou the time diligently within itself. Why? Because we know that the Lord gave a certain time frame when he was going to come back and destroy this place. So how do we measure these things? How do we measure the time? By watching the prophecies, by checking the prophecies that already passed, by looking for these new prophecies that are coming up, like the microchip. So you have, not only do you have to read the scriptures and know what's contained in the scriptures, but you also have to know what these prophecies are, like the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is talking about the microchip. So you have to keep an eye out for that, because you know that once they fully implement that, you know that we're just about out of here. You know, like the Lord said, that there's going to be wars, there's going to be rumors of wars, there's going to be famines, there's going to be all type of stuff going on around the world, so that you know, right, that these things are about to pass, come to pass.
And they're located in the Bible.
Right, and that's where you find it at, in the scriptures.
The Bible.
So it gave you a time frame. So it says, measure thou the time diligently within itself. Meaning you're alive now, keep an eye out on these prophecies that are happening. Okay?
And when thou seest part of the signs pass,
so when you see part of these signs pass, okay,
which I have told thee before,
right, because the Lord said he told us these things before, at least when they come to pass, you say that your idol was the one that told you that, or this person was the one that told you that. No, it was the Lord Yahweh Bashem El Shai that told us about these prophecies. Go ahead.
If I may add to what you're saying, that's why the Lord said he's going to send a comforter. Now the comforter is the Bible. You got these Egyptology jackasses trying to debunk the Bible, when the Bible is the road map for all these prophecies that are happening.
And it ain't talking about that big black ugly matzo ball, Tazadakia.
Yeah. And when you read John the 14th chapter, it tells you the comforter is going to bring you back to your remembrance. So that's what these scriptures do. It brings us back to our remembrance, man. So the Bible is very important. So those guys trying to debunk the Bible, they really should be put to death.
Yeah.
They really should be killed.
And they are going to be killed.
Right?
If they don't come out of that bullshit, the Most High going to destroy them.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is, like, here it is, these guys don't believe in the Bible. They say it's been plagiarized,
right,
but everything they do is based around the book. They quote scriptures out of the book. They try to break down their philosophy with scriptures in the book, but yet the book is not valid. So why even bother going into it?
Yeah,
why read
the
it?
book alone. Don't touch our book.
Yeah.
Leave the book alone, man. Goddamn.
No, because they call themselves trying to confound us.
Right.
You ain't confounding nobody down here, man.
That's right.
You get confounded.
How come the original Bible was originally like this, now it's like this?
Well, because
I remember reading the Bible was like this.
Yeah,
it had the Apocrypha in it.
Right, the Apocrypha was taken out. See, what happened was the so-called Jews, they put together a group of Sabbateans. It's called Sabbatean. They're called Sabbatean Jews. And it goes back to a guy by the name of Sabbatai Sevi. Now, what happened was you have a group of so-called Jews, or a group of people that continued in that religion. And there's a guy by the name of Ibershitz. There was another guy by the name of Carl Anton, and they set up what's known as the Biblical Destruction Group. Now, the Biblical Destruction Group was set up in 1776. Now, in 1776, which is
Illuminati, actually, May was Illuminati.
Right. When they set, when they set that up, the Biblical Destruction Group, they were disbanded 50 years later in 1826. But by 1826, they managed to take this book right here that we're reading out of the Apocrypha, out of the Bible. That's why the Bible went from about 80 books down to about 66 or so. You know, and that's why it's
and the book. The reason why them books were big too, because they were big letters.
done.
Right.
Because the scriptures speak about a little book.
Yep.
It's actually a little book.
Right.
Book, yeah.
See them clowns up there, them black conscious clowns, they say, well, you only got one book. Well, I read the scripture about making many books. There's no end, you know?
And in actuality, the Bible is a collection of books. The word Bible is from the Greek biblios, which means books. So it ain't just one book, it's a collection of books. Actually, there were letters and parchments, all compiled into one book. And that goes back to in the book of Revelation, the 5th chapter, where Yahushua received the book. All right? You can read about that.
Yeah, and that's where the Lord said that if you take anything away from this book, the Lord's going to take away your part from the book of life.
That's right.
So that's why these people out here are destined for destruction, especially them elites. But those elites that are governing the world, what's going to happen is they're going to be the first one to go into slavery, because they're the ones that had the part in the whole slave trade. They supplied the ships. They got rich off of slavery, you know. So they're going to be the first ones that are going to take up slavery.
Since I won not the world and the things of the world, what profit is a man to gain the whole world and to lose his own
Soul, that's right. And they lost their soul, that's right. But they gained the world, but they lost their soul, that's right.
And that's another thing too, them clowns up there in Harlem talking about that Egyptology shit. Where in Egyptology does it say what's going to happen to the elites that destroyed the society? The Bible tells us that they're going to be punished.
There's no one prophecy among the pharaohs.
Right.
You know?
And prophecy means to say before. That's one of the reasons why these elites are trying to destroy the Bible, because they know it's a book of prophecy. It actually tells you what's going to happen before it happens. All right? Go ahead, brother.
Revelation 5:1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside.
That book is talking about the Bible. Read that part again.
And I saw the right hand of him that sat on the throne, a book written within and on the backside.
Yeah, within, like the words that's in the book. And there's another scripture where it says the book was written without. That's the part where it says Holy Bible. All right, go on.
Sealed with 7 seals.
Right, at that time, the book was completely sealed, meaning the 7 seals represents, what's that? Yeah, mystery. Certain things that's going to happen on the planet Earth. The understanding of those things was sealed at that time. Because when you go back to the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, as a matter of fact, let's read that to get a better understanding of what you read here. Daniel 12 and...
Daniel chapter 12, verse 4.
Go on.
But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book.
Shut up the words and seal the book. Again, that's that reference to the book, the Bible. Go on.
Even to the time of the end.
Now, what time we're in now? We're in the time of the end. The end of what? The end of the so-called white man's empire.
Time of your destruction.
The time of the so-called white man's destruction. Because he's ruling this world right now. So we're at his end. The time of the end. Go on.
It says, many shall run to and fro.
Right, we have the ability now to travel in great distances through something called a jet. You have some, what's that, the Concorde.
Which they got rid of.
Right, but you had that. Now you have jets that can take you to like places like England and France, take you as far as Japan in a few hours. All right, so that's the scripture there.
Yeah, they got those trains. I don't know what they're called. They're
bullet trains.
Bullet trains. They'll get you there in no time.
Yeah, so read that part again, brother.
It says, many shall run to and fro.
That's what that means. Because back then, when this was written, you didn't have that ability to travel in great distances in a short period of time. All right, go on.
And knowledge shall be increased.
Right, knowledge shall be increased. You have the internet now. Anything you want to learn about, you can just Google it and find out about it. It's called research. All right?
Yeah, let me say this. You know what? They say that you progress, you know, mentally you progress and you create things through trial and error. That's bullshit, man.
Right.
Because when you go to the white man, when you go back to the Greeks, up into the Romans, all right? from the Greeks, Alexander the Greek, which he lived about 300 some odd years before Christ. The Romans came into power about like 45 years before the Messiah. And then that was 2,000 years ago, right? All the technology was basically the same. Going back to Esau, coming up to the Greeks, coming up to the Romans, coming up to the Dark Ages.
That's right.
All right?
Middle Ages.
Coming up to the Middle Ages, coming up to the Renaissance, which was the 1400s.